it gets to a point where it's not what you feel, but well, it is what you feel, it's not what you see. Okay, it doesn't feel like fall right now, but that doesn't mean that you can't enjoy that fall feeling anyway. Pumpkin patches across the nation are rolling out the hay and the cider, and despite the heat, and you've got families that are headed out this weekend. You know what they're doing, Kelly? They're kicking off the fall season. In fact, this weekend is the grand opening of the Mon-Thurs pumpkin patch. That's in Stockbridge, Georgia, which happens to be just south of Atlanta.
That's right. Joining us live via Skype this morning are Alan and Era Thomas from Mon-Thurs. Good morning to you both. Thanks for getting up early.
Good morning. Happy fall.
I mean, it looks gorgeous out there, and as I just mentioned a few moments ago, now is the time to get out there if you want the cooler weather. But how are these warm temperatures affecting the pumpkins at your patch?
Well, they do affect the pumpkins, and we're probably a pumpkin patch that is as far south as you can raise a pumpkin. And whenever the temperatures get this hot, we have to be sure that we have really big vines to protect the pumpkins from getting scorched. And this year we've done a lot of irrigation the last 3 months because it's, like you said, it's really, really hot. And but with the irrigation, we've got a good pumpkin patch. We've got thousands of pumpkins to pick. I just picked this one just a while ago. And but we're okay. Everything is fine. It's just really hot.
Yeah, there are a lot of families out there. I mean, I have got 4 munchkins that are thinking fall already, despite the heat. Do you think families are all going to want to head out into the patch with all the heat, the summer-like temperatures?
Well, absolutely. So it's the Georgia fall. So the first weekend, everything tends to be really hot, and then it cools off a little bit. There's shade trees. We have places for people to cool off if they need to, but it is a little toasty, so their length of time out here kind of shortens, but people tend to come out and still get a pumpkin at the very beginning.
And the key is really not to carve it yet, right? Like make it into a jack-o'-lantern, because that's when it can shrivel up from the heat, right, Alan?
That's absolutely right. We tell folks they can paint their pumpkin, paint faces on them, and have fun with them. Keep them in a shady spot in their house or on their porch. And then wait until right before Halloween, a couple of days before Halloween, and make their jack-o'-lantern.
Okay. Well, how would you advise people? Well, actually, you know what? We're looking at all these great pictures. We're seeing these kids playing in the pumpkin patch. What a great bonding time it is. What kind of activities do you have planned for the big opening today, the grand opening?
Oh, everything's up and running. So we have our new garden area that people can go and they can see how gourds are grown. We have our new spot called Evolution of Farming, where we teach children how it goes from, we went from hunter-gatherers all the way up to where we are now in the farming industry. The hay maze is up and running. Our fun zone is great for little kids and big kids. Sometimes he gets on there. And the pumpkin patch itself, and our farm friends with the hay ride. You can go see animals over here.
Oh, it's always a good photo op, right?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
One more quick question. I got to ask you, how long can a pumpkin, okay, you take the pumpkin off the vine, you bring it home, you do what you say, you keep it in a relatively dark area, relatively cool. How long can a pumpkin actually last? How long can it keep?
Well, I can tell you from experience, we usually pick our pumpkins and put them at the house the first week that we're open. And we've actually had our pumpkins at Thanksgiving on the porch.
Wow. Okay.
I believe you. I've seen that around my neighborhood, you know. It's a great Thanksgiving decoration, not just Halloween.
There you go.
All right, Alan and Era Thomas with the Mon-Thurs pumpkin patch. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. It really looks gorgeous there.
Yeah, there's a weird thing going on. I'm not sure what it is, but usually the smaller the kid, they want the biggest pumpkin. Maris always wants something big. Well, imagine trying